Welcome back to Our World with Black Enterprise. Marvin Ellison is proving to be more than penny wise when it comes to giving Penney Corporation a fresh look. Executive Managing Editor Elisa Gumbs has more.
With Ken Chenault stepping down as CEO of American Express, Ellison will now be one of only 4 African-American CEOs to run our nation's largest publicly traded companies, and was named Black Enterprise's Corporate Executive of the Year. I sat down with the chairman and CEO to talk about the challenges he faces and his strategy to make JCPenney's stock shine bright again. When you took over, you inherited some challenges.
Yes.
How did you decide where to start?
Well, I think it always starts with the customer. So when we went back, when I started, one of the first couple of questions I would ask the team is describe our customer, outline who our 3 chief competitors are, what are some of the key financial milestones we need to try to hit, and really what's our mission as a company. Those sound like very basic and fundamental questions, but if you're in the midst of a turnaround, everything's important.
So let's talk about some of the things that you've implemented
Sure.
since you became CEO.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a core customer and an emerging customer. Our core customer is a rather mature female customer in her early 60s. We have grown kids who moved out of the house. She's a homeowner, and she's very loyal to JCPenney. But the emerging customer is a customer in her early 30s. It's a female also. She has a couple of kids. She works, and she is more multicultural. So how do you communicate with both in this very unique retail environment that we're in? So we had to create a marketing strategy to address a more mature, more traditional customer through TV and print, and a different strategy to attack a customer who's living in the digital world. Then the question is, what do they want to buy from us? And so we put an emphasis on really 4 things. The first thing is value, and value doesn't mean cheap. It means I'm getting a lot for my money. The second one was beauty. You know, these customers both want to look good, but they have different definitions of that. So we have this great relationship with Sephora Cosmetics. The other one that we found out to be very important is special sizes. I mean, we've had so many customers talk to us about how frustrating it is for them that they can't find the type of style of clothing, you know, at a size over 16. So we got this big emphasis on special sizes, plus size for women, big and tall for men, and also for juniors girls who are, you know, need to have clothes that fit well. And the last one is home. And so we put a big emphasis on appliances. We have a great relationship with LG, Samsung, and GE. And we're going to be rolling appliance showrooms out to over 500 stores this year.
But getting an established brick-and-mortar brand to coexist in a mobile and digital world will prove the 52-year-old's most challenging effort yet.
We will always be a traditional retailer because we started out that way. We'll always have an e-commerce business, that's important, but our store base still remains over 80% of our sales. And I think that will maintain itself at least for the foreseeable future. So I think really it comes down to not only connecting brick and mortar with digital, but also having a brick and mortar environment where you have key categories, events, and you have things that happen in the store that's really difficult to replicate if you're just a pure play e-commerce company.
This means making sure his executive team stays on point.
One of the great things that I'm working on with Marvin right now is bringing Omnichannel to life. That's both enacting the physical and the digital and bringing them seamlessly together as one.
Marvin certainly has extremely high standards as it relates to performance. There are no free rides. There are no kind of friends of Marvin. I'll tell you, the team that is here working for Marvin at JCPenney is a team that understands his vision.
I'm not a micromanager. I think it is my responsibility to set the mission so that everyone has a crystal clear view of kind of where we're going, and then to lay out the key objectives as a company that we need to go and we need to tackle.
But the golden rule in his life, says his wife of 26 years, is his love for family.
He loves family. He loves his kids. He's the one that tucks them in every night and they are 20 and almost 15. He's the one when they cried when they were infants that got up. That was his thing.
Even his proudest professional achievement, he says, was sharing his success with his dad.
Having the ability to be the chairman and CEO of JCPenney and to let my dad know that had happened was probably the proudest moment of my life, because anytime a child can make their parent proud, I think it's just a wonderful thing to experience.
Up next, we meet someone who found new life outside the DJ booth. You might actually spot her in your neighborhood.